everyone, happy Friday and happy first official announcement from Halloween Horror Nights Orlando for HHN33. That's right, today we got our first official announcement from Halloween Horror Nights Orlando, and it might be some things we were already expecting, but that doesn't matter. We're excited for it anyway. It's official news. Let's get into it. So if this is the first video of mine that you are ever seeing, hi, I am Liz. I am a diehard Halloween Horror Nights fan, which you can probably tell. And on this channel, I discuss all the Halloween Horror Nights news, rumors, and announcements. And then come fall, I vlog from the event. So if you love Halloween Horror Nights, if you're interested in tips, tricks, information about Halloween Horror Nights Orlando, make sure to subscribe. And if you're already one of my subscribers, thanks for hanging out. Let's talk about this news. So before we dive into each thing, let's do a little overview of what we got today. We got an official teaser. We got event dates, single night tickets, express tickets, RIP tour prices, Unmasking the Horror tour prices, and some preview merchandise. So let's talk about each one of those one by one. So I'm gonna start off with the teaser video that we got. I will link it down below if by chance you have not seen it. But it's very simple. It's just a little teaser. It has a door with some creepy things happening behind it and the slogan, "Fear cannot be contained." Now, if you're a diehard Halloween Horror Nights fan like me, you probably just paused and said, "Fear? I know him." But if you're new to the Halloween Horror Nights lore, you might not be as familiar with Fear. Now, Fear was an icon of the event back in 2010, and he's become this legend where he is the icon of all icons. So Fear controls all the other icons that we've had at the event, like Jack in the Box over there, Chance, the Usher, etc. Could Fear be returning? Or did marketing just decide it was a cool slogan and didn't think of the fact that us fans would jump to conclusions? I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below how you would feel if Fear was actually returning as the icon. I think HHN33 would be a random event to bring Fear back. Usually we don't see the return of a previous icon unless it's for an anniversary year. So I don't think we'll see Fear back at this event, but it'd be pretty cool if he was back. I know some people out there love him. Let me know what you think if Fear is returning, and maybe we couldn't keep him contained in that lantern of his and he's escaped. So moving on, the next thing we received are event dates. And this one, I feel like some people were surprised by it, but the only surprise to me was the end date. So we are starting off earlier than ever before. We are starting August 30th. That's right, the event has officially moved its way into August. So HHN33 will be running on select dates from August 30th through November 3rd. I'll put a picture of the actual dates here, but essentially the event will be running every Wednesday through Sunday for September and October. And then opening weekend is Labor Day weekend as usual. It just happens to be that Labor Day cuts into August this year. So Labor Day is right at the very beginning of September, which means Labor Day weekend puts August 30th and August 31st as the Friday, Saturday for opening weekend. So yeah, we are starting in August. I do believe these are the same amount of nights as last year. Once they added the nights last year, it ended up being 48 nights. And if my math is correct, I believe this is also 48 nights. So really the same block of time. It's just calendars are funny the way they move around. And so we have August 30th through November 3rd. But November 3rd was a surprise to me. I did think it was going to end on the Saturday on November 2nd like they did last year, but they extended it through the Sunday. So the curious thing for me there is with the event ending on a Sunday, that means that all the frequent Fear passes should be good on the final night of the event. Obviously, we don't know for sure yet. Those tickets haven't been released. They won't be released until later on. But in theory, all the frequent Fear passes should have access to the final night, which I think is really great for the fans. Because if it ended on the Saturday, then the base frequent Fear pass likely wouldn't be good for it. And that's always sad to have to miss the final night. But yeah, that could be a very big benefit for frequent Fear pass holders if the rules stay the same. We never know. These passes change from time to time. So in theory, that'd be a good benefit. Also, no surprise here, but the event is going to be running from 6:30 p.m. to 2 a.m. every single night of the event. We switched to that a few years ago now, a couple years ago now, and I feel like that's much easier for operations just staying until 2 a.m. every single night. So yeah, 6:30 p.m. to 2 a.m. every night of Halloween Horror Nights. So next up, let's talk about single night tickets. Like I said, frequent fear passes, those won't go on sale until later in the summer. But today we have single night tickets available for purchase. We need to talk about the prices, so let's dive into it. So for HHN33, single night non-discounted tickets will start at $82.99, with the top price of what I could see today being $122.99. So that was a peak Saturday in October that I could find that price. Generally, the Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Sundays early in the event had that $80 price point. I saw some 82s, I saw some 85s, with Fridays and Saturdays being in that more 90 to 100 range. Again, the ticket prices here kind of run the gamut depending on their expected demand. So the September tickets are going to be cheaper, whereas the October tickets are going to get pricier and pricier the closer you get to Halloween. Now also keep in mind that these tickets may change in price as we get closer to the event. So although these are the prices I was seeing today, they might not be the same if you're watching this video come August or September. For some reason you stumbled on this video, the ticket prices may have changed because they do have that ability to raise prices. I've never seen them lower them, but they might raise them. So just keep that in mind. If you have a date that you're set on booking, you might want to do it now. Now, along with single night tickets, we also received single night express pass tickets, and boy, boy did those get expensive. I mean, it's been on this trend for a while, but ooh, these prices, if you are expecting to use Express this year, you better start saving up because they are pricey. For Halloween Horror Nights 33, Express passes are going to start at $129.99. That is the cheapest Express pass that I could see on the website as of today. Gone are the days of $80 Express, $70 Express. No more. The cheapest, $130. And keep in mind also, all of these prices, these are pre-tax prices. Even for the single night tickets, these are pre-tax prices. So these are going to be higher once you add in the tax. For the sake of this video, I did not calculate all the tax because there's too many different ticket variations available. Just keep that in mind. So for that $129.99, I could only find a few nights that had that price point, and those are very early on in the event, some Wednesdays in September. But the range goes from $129.99 all the way up to $239.99 for one night. Now obviously that's like a peak Saturday in October. There's quite the range of prices. Typically they're sitting in this like $180, $190 price point for a single night of Express. So if you are shopping for Express passes, if you decided this is the year I'm going to use Express, I've never used Express before, keep in mind what you're actually getting for this price, which is one single visit to each of the assumed 10 haunted houses at Halloween Horror Nights 33. You can do the houses as many times as you want, of course, but you only get one trip through each house with Express. Any other times you would have to wait in the regular line. You also get one use of Express on any of the rides that are available in the park. Typically, The Mummy, Rip Ride Rocket, Transformers, Men in Black, etc. So yeah, it's getting real pricey, but the event is very, very popular. It's selling out quite a bit, especially in September. So make sure to book in advance, make sure to make your plans in advance. And again, keep in mind, these Express passes might actually go up in price the closer we get to the event. Maybe they're letting us all know so we can start saving, because I frequent fear pass people. We all need to be saving because I'm scared to see what our prices are going to be this summer. So if you just heard all of that and you're like, Liz, I want a private tour. I don't want to have to try to figure all this out on my own. I'd like to spend a little more money and have my own guided tour guide through this entire event so I don't have to worry about any of that stress. Well, for you, they have the RIP Tour. Not to be confused with the RIP Tour podcast. This is the official RIP Tour that is offered by Halloween Horror Nights. So RIP Tours are starting at $359.99 per person for Halloween Horror Nights 2024. Now keep in mind, you have to also have a ticket into the event as well as the tour. So in theory, the cheapest you could get is $82.99 for a single night ticket, and then $359.99 for the RIP tour, all pre-tax. Now you get the benefit of having your own guide. You get walked up right to the entrance of the house, but you're with a mixed group. You're kind of at the mercy of your group and what they want to do. And you kind of have to make decisions together. So it really depends on what experience you would like for Halloween Horror Nights and how much you want to invest. If you only have a single night to see the event and you're not a pro, this could be an option for you, but it is expensive. Now again, on my quick browse, the highest price I could see was $469.99 per person, pre-tax. And there are, of course, private RIP tours, but those you have to book by calling, so they don't have the prices on the website, so I really have no idea how much those are. So if you were interested in a private RIP tour, you'll have to check the website and give guest services a call and book that on your own. The final experience that was announced today is the Unmasking the Horror tours. These are offered with either a 3-house or a 6-house option, and they allow you access in to see the haunted houses in the daytime with no actors, with the lights on, so you can see all of the detail and get backstory from your guide as far as lore for the house, Easter eggs in the house. It can be a really good time, especially if you are a die-hard Halloween Horror Nights fan. So the big surprise we had for this is this year they are offering the 3-house tour starting August 11th. Weeks before the event even starts, you'd be able to go through 3 of the houses and see them before the events even started. I have mixed feelings on this because I wouldn't want to go through a house and have it spoiled for me before the event even starts. I'm already like, oh no, are there gonna be pictures of houses all over Twitter before the event even starts? I don't wanna know, I don't wanna see these things. But then on the other hand, I know some friends who are of the scaredy cat variety who might like to see the houses with the lights on before they go through them. So I'm curious to know how they're going to do this. Are they not going to allow pictures for those early tours as to not let those houses be spoiled? I have to assume they're going to be originals because I don't think any IPs would let their houses be seen before the general public got to come to the event. So there's a lot of questions involved with this new announcement, but kind of exciting, I guess, for the fans if you just cannot wait until August 30th to see the house. You could go on the 3-house tour and get a little preview. So like I said, there's 2 different tours offered. There's a 3-house and a 6-house. The 6-house is a very long day. You do 3 houses, you go on a lunch break, and then you do the other 3 houses. I'm not gonna dive too far into what all these entail. The information is available on the website, but I am going to talk about some prices. So for the 3-house, it looks like prices are ranging from $99.99 to $159.99. Again, this just depends on what day you're choosing. The closer to peak time in October, the more expensive it gets. And then for the 6-house, you're looking at a starting price of $179.99 all the way up to $209.99 per person. Now the 6-house tours do tend to sell out way before the 3-house because there's not as many available because they are so long and they take up such a chunk of the day. They just can't run as many tours as they can with the 3-house. So if you do want to do the 6-house instead of the 3-house, I would start making those plans and book as soon as you can to make sure your date doesn't get sold out. And especially for the 6-house tour, it's a long day. So if I were you, if you had the ability, I would plan your tour not on a day that you're planning to do Halloween Horror Nights that same night, because otherwise you're probably going to be absolutely exhausted by the time you get to Halloween Horror Nights and do all the walking that that event entails, which of course we'll talk about in a future video. So yes, if you have the ability, if you're there for a longer trip, try to do a tour on a day you're just gonna chill the rest of the day, because it is a lot. It is a lot of information, a lot of walking, a lot of time out in the parks, and I just want to make sure you have the best experience. And finally, we received the first piece of preview merchandise for Halloween Horror Nights 33. Now the past couple of years they've done this little preview shirt, and it typically doesn't have anything to do with the event itself. Last year, 2 years ago, I don't remember, we had the See You in the Fog shirt, and we had a Never Go Alone shirt, I believe. And these are just little teasers to get us excited, get us talking about the event, and don't really tie into the theme whatsoever, at least not so far. So here is the shirt and merchandise we got today. It is very late 80s punk / early 90s vibes, and it's getting very mixed reviews online. I I don't know what to think about it. It is very neon to me. I think I would have liked it more if it was on a black shirt rather than the neon orange, but other friends are loving the neon. They're embracing it. They're like feeling the vibes. So it all just depends on how you feel. I am more of like a traditionalist, like give me pumpkins. To each their own. It's one less shirt I need to buy, so I'm okay with that. I already have drawers and drawers of Halloween Horror Nights shirts. But regardless, it's announcement season, y'all. We are here. We have made it. We have waited long enough. April is here. It's rumors, it's announcements, it's speculation season. Officially, spooky season has begun. All right, well, I feel like I have just thrown a ton of information at you, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the day. We have rumors swirling. There's different IPs out there that are getting passed along. We're probably gonna have another Horror Night Nightmare speculation map soon enough. And maybe, if we're lucky, we'll get a house announcement soon so I can be back here talking to you about the first house for Halloween Horror Nights 33. So if you have any questions about all the things I just discussed, leave me a comment down below, but I will see you guys again very soon. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye.